Are you a fan of classic literature and its adaptations on the big screen? If so, you might be interested in the treatment of Susan Pevensie in CS, Lewis's Chronicles of Narnia series, and how uh, Greta Gerwig's forthcoming remake can bring justice to this character. Um, the Chronicles of Narnia series is a collection of beloved children's books, but it has been criticized for its portrayal of Susan Pevensie as the eldest of the four siblings. She is often overshadowed and not as highly regarded as her brothers and sister. Uh, uh, this situation can be partly attributed to the fact that the books were published in the 1950s, uh, which may explain some outdated aspects. Greta Gerwig's adaptations of the Chronicles of Narnia series can offer a breath of fresh air to the fantasy genre by emphasizing a richer character development for Susan, as well as incorporating more contemporary themes. Gerwig can make the story resonate with today's audiences. The classic whiter tone that Narnia is renowned for strikes an ideal balance between fantasy narratives that may not appeal to younger viewers and those that are overly child-centric and lack adult appeal. In The Last Battle, the concluding book in the sequence, it can be perceived that Aslan doesn't guide Susan to the authentic Narnia, which some readers interpret as a representation of heaven. The narrative suggests that Susan has grown older and lost interest in Narnia, focusing instead on more conventional feminine pursuits like stockings and cosmetics. This element of the series explores how maturity often diminishes our capacity for imagination. As a film enthusiast, I find it disheartening to observe that Susan's exclusion from later stories could be perceived as a consequence for her maturing into womanhood and exploring her sexuality. This was a distressing narrative choice, even by the standards of the 1950s, and certainly not a message we'd want to perpetuate in today's era. With that said, a movie adaptation of The Last Battle can bring Susan justice. 68 years later, if viewers and reviewers favor Gerwig's adaptation of the Chronicles of Narnia, she could have the chance to rectify a mistake made by Lewis by developing Susan into a strong character she was always intended to be, while preserving the morals and themes of the tale. This alteration would allow Susan to truly belong in Narnia. And now, for a little joke, why don't we ever tell secrets? In Narnia, because the trees have ears and the lions have wings. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.